machine, when they're inside those wheels, that means that's 4 people lifting a total weight of 5.5 tons. Absolutely incredible. So this machine is a feat in medieval engineering. Now, at this stage, the arm is down and the trebuchet master has engaged the trigger. There is a metal hook which is attached at the A-frame right at the back of the machine. This hook has been passed through a loop, which is on the throwing arm. So this is the release mechanism, the trigger. Also, a metal pin is placed underneath that hook to lock it into position, and then a chain which is led from the base of the trebuchet and hooked to the end of the arm, which means all 22 tons of Ursa's own weight is locking down that throwing arm. Now we need these devices to ensure we don't shoot this machine before we are ready, for there are ropes to tie out of the way, but also with the winders and the wheels, their job would not be over at this stage. They would be ordered to split into 2 teams. So one winder would hop out to operate a brake at the front of the machine, which is that piece of wood sticking out at the bottom. So this would then leave one winder in each wheel. Their job will be to walk on for a second time, but this time in this direction. Now the reason why they'd have to get back inside the wheels and walk the other way is because of the rope, the tow rope used to pull down the throwing arm and lift up the counterweight. That rope would now at this stage be wrapped around the central axle. So if the trebuchet master was to pull the trigger with the rope coiled around the axle, then this machine would be destroyed, inside out. The axle ripped from the heart of the machine, thrown out to the back and decapitating the trebuchet master in the process. So the winders at this stage would have a very important job of walking off the slack, making sure Ursa has a free-flying arm. Now, it makes life inside the wheels extremely uncomfortable. We can get this machine wound off and wound on and ready to shoot within 6 minutes. Now 6 minutes is quite slow, so why do we use trebuchets when we've got cannon that can do the same kind of job but much faster? Well, cannons create a breach in the city wall, exactly what we need for a siege. But once that breach is met, you then have to send in your own men, soldiers, to fight in the streets and in the buildings. And with close-quarter medieval urban warfare, you have to be prepared to lose a lot of your men. Perhaps half of your soldiers won't survive. But Ursa gives us another option, because not only with trebuchets can we launch projectiles at a city wall, but we can throw them over city walls to make life inside the inhabitants a living hell. So what can we throw? Well, we can throw anything. Rocks, fire, people, dead animals. Dead animal is a good choice if you want to fight a dirty war. So you throw in enough dead carcasses of horses or cows, we're trying to hit the water supply. Hit the wells, we can contaminate their water, and then they have to surrender. Germ warfare and psychological warfare. If you capture any enemy soldiers, then just cut off their heads, throw them into sacks, launch them from the trebuchet back into their own city. Show them that you take no prisoners. But the one thing medieval man was most frightened of was fire. And most of the internal structures of London or a city would be made of wood with thatched roofs. So we can launch fireballs from our trebuchet. If we can launch fireball after fireball and create a raging inferno within the city, well then the enemy simply has a choice. They surrender or they burn. So this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, we will be launching a fireball! Prepare to load. We have an 18-kilo rock wrapped in sacking and it's been soaking in lamp oil all afternoon. At the command of load, it is placed into the centre channel of the trebuchet. Now attached to the ball is a chain. Attached to the chain is a rope. Both of these are led down the centre channel and then hooked to the pin at the end of the arm. Now at this stage, we are almost ready for launch. So the trebuchet master is doing her final checks. We still have those safeties attached at the trigger. So when she's happy, she steps up to the back. First of all, takes off the chain. Then with a steady hand, she slides out the firing pin. The trebuchet is now live and ready to launch. She steps off the machine, takes the rope which is attached to the trigger, and orders the lighting of the projectile and fire. The flaming torch is placed on the ball. and the flames begin to build in the heart of the machine. Now this is where our trebuchet master must hold her nerve. If she pulls the trigger too early, the ball goes out mid-flight and will be useless. But if she holds on too long, then her trebuchet will be up in flames. So she holds. And she holds. We launch! Ladies and gentlemen, the Warwick Castle Trebuchet!